Hi everybody, it's Kelly, and we're going to make a project using this design for Christmas in July. This is a collab created by Lena at the Hall Family Adventures. Here is my stickers that we're going to add as soon as I get this piece of wood painted. And I started painting this and then realized, oh, maybe I should actually record this part. So all I did was paint it white. You can use whatever kind of paint you want to use. This is just something that I had laying around, so this is what I used. Now I am laying out my stickers to see where I am going to put these on my piece of wood. I already previously put together this sticker here. It required some layering. As you see, I'm getting ready to put the tires on of the truck, and you'll see that I'm layering them. I'm going to run through this a little bit quicker because it took me a little while to get those tires on correctly, and I don't think you guys want to see me just struggle with getting the tires on. So this part of the video will run through a little bit faster than the others while I figure out these tires. You can see me fighting with these things, trying to get them ready. So our sticker is all layered here, and I'm just going to use my little tool to make sure that they're on there correctly, and then again lay out my design to see how I want it to fit on my piece of wood. Now I'm going to start from the top, and I'm going to lay down my first sticker. I use my transfer tape in order to transfer the sticker much easier. Transfer tape is a lifesaver, I can tell you that. If you use your transfer tape, it makes life so much easier when doing this. So I'm going to use it to put it up at the top of my piece of wood. I'm trying to make sure that I get that as even as possible up there. And we now have our first design on our piece of wood. And now I'm going to measure that, and then I'm going to go to the bottom and do the exact same thing. And it looks like I got myself out of frame here for a little bit, but we're just doing the same thing on the bottom that we did on the top. And I'm just measuring to make sure that everything is where it should be, and taking off the sticker tape or the transfer tape and moving on to my next set of stickers. And this is the year that my husband and I were married, 1997, May 10th to be exact. So I am creating an established in 1997 sign. Just making sure that those stickers are on there good so I can transfer them over. And always make sure that you rub your stickers very well with your tool for your silhouette or your Cricut, whichever one that you use, so that your stickers will stay down. And now I'm going to put my last name at the top, which is salmon. Yes, just like the fish. I know. I married into it. And got that where I want it. So we are going to go ahead and do the same thing and rub down our stickers very well, and especially on this wood because it has so much texture in it. It's really important to make sure you get those stickers down good. And now we're going to move on to our actual word of home. So I'm trying to make sure that I get these stickers as well spaced as possible. I didn't want to use so much transfer tape that I wasted a bunch of tape. So I am trying to do this by hand, and hopefully it turns out okay. I think that in the end it did. And what I'm trying to do is I'm going from top to bottom. That way I can kind of space them out a little bit better. But as you'll see in the next clip, I did get my E too low. So, and I'm sorry for the background noise. My husband is talking on the phone in the background, and hopefully that's not getting picked up. I'm not sure if it is or not. But I will now put on the M. I'm trying to measure my space, which didn't work out very well, as you'll see here in the end. And I think I had my M spaced okay at first, but then I noticed it was a little crooked. So I picked it back up to fix that, and then got it down a little bit too low the next time. So I do end up having to go back and fix that M to space it a little bit better, so that it matches the spacing between the other letters. Now we're going to put our truck on, and I've just noticed that my spacing is off. So I'm going to try to make sure this one is spaced correctly, and then I will move my M. I'm still not happy with where the tires are placed here. So I took one of the tires off, and I'm going to layer it on after I get the truck on, so I could make sure that it's where it needs to be. And this sticker actually had quite a bit of layering. There is the black tires, the white little lines there that show you the tailgate, the green tree, the white snow. There's actually a blue area there for the back window of the truck. Here's where you're going to see me take back up the M in order to put it where it actually needs to go so that it matches the rest of the design. So here you will see that there it is. I now have it where it needs to go, a little bit crooked, so we'll fix that. And it's very simple to actually make things, especially if you have a Cricut or a silhouette. I actually have a silhouette. This is literally just a piece of scrap plywood that I had out in the garage. I went out and grabbed it, threw some paint on it, and now I'm just putting stickers on it. It gives a really cute farmhouse kind of design. And now I'm going to enlist my husband, who is going to help me put some holes in the top of the sign, which, hint, do this before you put your paint and your design on, and you'll see why here. Because we had an issue, which I am going to now have to fix because the plywood came up when he was trying to drill through. So I'm going to have to fix that, and you will see how I do that in the next clips here. So here you can see my problem with my sign now is that I now have a piece of wood that has pretty much detached itself. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off. I'm going to clean out all the debris that's in there so I can get it to lay down flat again. And you'll see here I'm trying to make sure that it's going to fit inside there. It's really not going to be noticeable because I am going to put some cording through there, but I'm going to use some wood glue that I happen to have here, and I'm going to fill that hole in and place the little piece that came out back inside there. And then we are just going to have to let this dry. I'm also going to fill in that little space there as well with some wood glue. You'll see here. And I'm going to put some wood glue along the edge where it kind of came up along the edge there as well, so that that edge will stay down. And in the meantime, while that is drying, we are going to go ahead and try out some other design ideas that I had here. I think I'm going to use this green leafy garland and create a circle around the truck. It will mimic the O in home, and I think it'll be a little bit more design to the sign, give it a little bit more of a 3D effect. Let me know down below, how do you like that? Do you think I should have put that on? Should I have taken it off? What would you have done differently with your sign? Here I am looping in all of the cording that I have. I got this from Dollar Tree. I'm putting some tape on the end to make it go through the hole a little bit easier. And I'm going to knot the end of this once I get it pulled through there. And then I will take off the tape and fray the edge a little bit. Once I get all that tape off, make sure your knots are really tight. Then what I do is I use my lighter just to burn the edges of that cording a little bit. It helps to make sure that it holds together and doesn't come apart any further. Now, I decided I wanted to go ahead and try to put some lights on this. Probably should have done that before I put the garland on. I should have wrapped it before, but I'm going to quickly go through this. All I'm doing is wrapping it around the vine, lifting it up a little bit here and there. I finally decided to turn the lights on because I wanted to see where the placement of the lights were at on the design. So as you see here, that's what I'm doing. And I'm just going to go all the way around the wreath, and if there's anything left over, I will go ahead and make either another round, or I will weave it into the wreath somehow here. Here I'm using one of my tools from my silhouette in order to kind of pull the leaves out from the light string, because they were getting tied up inside the loops of the lights as I was going through and putting everything in. And this actually took me quite some time getting this in here. I actually have this sped up by 400 times. So otherwise you would have been sitting here for an hour watching me string lights, and I really don't think you're that interested in that. So here we are coming to the end of our light string and almost to the end of this project. So I just finish up stringing the lights through, and I just make sure that everything fits in there well, and then I glue down back any pieces that I had to lift up of the garland. And then I'm going to turn around my sign, put a little bit of glue there, and connect my switch. Now I have a switch on the side that I can turn on and off. And the last thing I'm going to do for this project is I've just took some of that cording and I'm going to make a bow and put on the garland circle there. Would you have done this? Would you have done something different, a different type of bow, put it in a different place? What would you have done differently with your project? Because you can obviously do whatever you want, whatever your imagination can come up with. I'm going to glue this together here, place it on my garland, let it dry a bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue down the bow ends just a little bit as well, just so that I know that they're going to stay where I want them to be. Let those dry. Burned myself. This is why they have those little pink things that go on your fingers, and you get those also at Dollar Tree. Here I'm just snipping down my ribbons so that they match, and I'm fraying them a little bit so they look a little bit better. And then our design is complete. So here is my completed sign. Tell me what you think down below. Will you be trying to make something like this? What other holidays could you make something like this for? I actually am very happy with how it turned out. I'm so happy you joined me today. Thank you, Lena, for inviting me to your collab, and I will see everybody next time. Bye.